Music Staff Manor. Music theory for kids. Treble clef, lines and spaces. Musical notes live in an amazing musical house called Music Staff Manor. This is the story of how they came to live here. See the lines? Each line is one floor in Music Staff Manor. How many floors are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now you know that Music Staff Manor has 5 floors, and they should be counted from bottom to top like real floors in a house where people live. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just like any house, Music Staff Manor needs a key to get in. None of these keys fit. Oh, I remember. Since this is a musical house, we need to have a special music key to open it. Here it is. This is called the Treble Clef, or G key. The Treble Clef has 2 tails, a small tail that clings to one of the lines, and a long tail that hangs below the first line. The small tail of the treble clef holds on to the second line where the note G lives. So this clef is called the G key. When the music staff, or Music Manor, was built, only one note lived there. It was the note G. G was very sad and lonely in Music Staff Manor all alone. G wrote an ad and hung it on every tree and telephone pole around town. Notes wanted, rooms in Music Staff Manor for free. Refer to the note G. Notes that read the ad immediately rushed to take seats on the staff line floors at Music Staff Manor. In no time, all 5 floors were occupied. Here's how it happened. Note E was very eager, seeing that the second line was busy. After all, Note G lived there. She quickly took the first floor, or the first line, as her home. The Note B loved to be the center of attention, so he sat down on the 3rd floor, or the 3rd line. The Note D loves dancing and twirled over to reside on the 4th floor, or 4th line. The Note F, seeing number 5 on the 5th line, screamed, "Number 5, that's my favorite number," and immediately claimed it. The first 5 notes saw G's advertisement and read it. They took their musical apartments on the 5 floors very quickly. Within a short time, all the lines on the staff were full. But other musical notes didn't know about the ad. They stayed in the city as well and wanted to have their own house because they had nowhere to live. The day after the ad appeared on the streets, 4 music notes were in the beauty salon. They wanted to make their faces the most beautiful in the city. One note looked out the window and saw the ad on a tree. She shouted, "I also want to have my own apartment." She raced out of the salon to Music Staff Manor to see if a room was available, and the other 3 notes followed her. Upon arrival, our beauty notes sadly noticed that all the floors in the house were already occupied by other musical notes, but they wanted to live on the staff very much. Finally, the first musical note, who had the most beautiful eyes, noticed a window between the 1st and 2nd floors. She made her way in and opened the window. She stuck her face out the window and into the sun. Her friends saw her face in the window, and all of them rushed to find their own, poking their faces out, showing them to the bright sun. The new inhabitants figured out they could live between the lines. They loved to show off their beautiful faces, so they called their friendship union a face. They did not have names, so each of them decided to take one letter from the word face and make it their name. Now we can read their official note names in the spaces of the staff. F, A, C, E. Face in the space. Now you know that musical notes live on the lines of the staff and the spaces between them. You can also call all residents by name now. With this knowledge, you can now take your notes and recreate your own musical staff house to compose your very own song. F, A, C, E in the spaces. E, G, B, D, and F on the lines. What have you learned? Let's find out with these review questions. How many lines are on the music staff? If you said 5 lines, you are correct. Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How many spaces are on the music staff? If you said 4 spaces, you are correct. Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4. What line does note G live on? If you said line 2, you are correct. What space does note C live on? If you said space 3, you are correct. What line does note F live on? If you said line 5, you are correct. What space does note F live on? If you said space 1, you are correct. What line does note E live on? If you said line 1, you are correct. What space does note A live on? If you said space 2, you are correct. What line does note B live on? If you said line 3, you are correct. What space does note E live on? If you said space 4, you are correct. What line does note D live on? If you said line 4, you are correct. Thank you for visiting our musical home at Music Staff Manor. We can't wait to be a part of a song you compose.